Alright, I'm gonna do another VOD review. I haven't done a tank gameplay yet, but I've played tank quite a bit, so I felt like I should try to do one of these. We have a Plat Reinhardt game here. I'll look over to do. Alright. The one thing I'm already noticing here is, as Reinhardt, you should never be behind your team. You should definitely, if everyone's walking upstairs, you should be walking forward to block so your team can get upstairs.
They have a torb too.
Or if you're holding this choke, then just walk up in front of them.
Okay, let's go top. Are we coming top or what?
Attack this structure in the head. Alright, let's go.
What is your Ana doing? This feels so bad. You've literally been missing HP for like 20 seconds here, and you haven't been healed. This is good. Holding your shield, putting pressure.
Where's everybody at? We're all spread
I'll
out.
just farm this health back. Come on, guys.
A lot of times, whenever you're trying to like tell your team what to do, it can get really muddled. One of the best things you can do is literally just go face to face with their Rein and just try to outplay them. Because this, like, flank around, getting everyone high ground, no one's listening. Some people are going this way. Farrah's died, and you've already wasted like 50 seconds.
Probably could just walk right through the choke.
And you haven't even gotten a single good push in, and you're not going to be able to for like another minute. So
Honestly, we just need to build up ult turrets just to go in.
I usually tend to keep like the really complex stuff out of comp. I just try to walk up and
Charge Ryan, ready?
play correctly. That was good. Your shield got bursted pretty quick. Whenever you said ready, it was alright. You were pretty low right there. I definitely would have held shield even though it was pretty low. You want to wait till you're full healed, or at least have more HP to play with, because you can drop your shield there and you can just randomly die and then you'll just instantly lose the push. When you're cleaving with Reinhardt, one thing you can do is you have your normal swing, but a lot of people don't know this. Whenever you swing, it's not linear. It doesn't swing like this. There's like an arc to your swing. And so whenever you are swinging, you can turn a little bit to the side, so you can like turn to the right, and your swing will cleave further. Your screen is turned away from the person, so your hammer will swing out instead of just swinging in a straight, like, long distance. It's a circle around you, so if there's someone a bit farther away from you, you can turn to the side and you can swing and cleave them.
I got Kelly.
If they're like a little bit too far away from your normal swings, you can actually swing to the side and it'll hit them.
Go behind. Where yours are, yeah.
We're just feeding her.
Just let them come out and we'll just fucking...
As Ryan, you should be the one on the payload right here. Like, whenever I don't know what you're doing here. Maybe you're looking for a shadow. You're kind of close, but you definitely should be the one on the payload.
Payload.
Because you don't have a lot of pressure whenever people are trying to hold streets right here, and whenever they're trying to walk up. As Ryan, you're holding shield for them, but a lot of them are just looking for a little bit of poke damage before the 6v6 again. Because Ryan, you don't have a lot of pressure. You can land a few fire strikes, but there isn't a lot of pressure. You already have your ult, so landing fire strikes isn't actually that good
Ryan's lit.
for me, because
Yeah, I got all.
you land your fire strike, you don't get any ult charge, and the healers basically just get ult charge.
Ready?
So, let me look at the shatter.
Ryan's lit.
So you technically had a two-man shatter right there.
Yeah, I got all.
I'm gonna look at this bait again. Whenever he's fire striking, you can literally ult, like whenever you see them casting the animation for fire strike, you can be already starting your ult because they won't have time to put up their shield while they're fire striking. That would have been a great time. Oh, I guess you rewatch this.
Ready?
So you see him drop his shield right here. It can either be to swing or to fire strike, and as soon as you see him start to fire strike, you need to be shattering, and I guess that's technically what you did. Did it Zarya shield? Did Zarya shield save him from that? I actually want to see. No, it was down, right?
Rein's lit. Yeah, I got ult. Ready?
I want to see if it got bubbled. There's an explosion there. I wonder. Okay, he maybe got it like frame perfect block, which you technically played that right. I wasn't sure at the very beginning. That's actually super unlucky. You played that actually pretty close to perfect, and he just got the block off. Whenever you don't see your shatter goes off, you usually just try to play safe because you're charging here and you don't have a lot of pressure, and he can just shatter right here.
Hit everyone behind him.
He literally could have just shattered you right there because you're most vulnerable whenever you're trying to charge right in front of him, and then he could have shattered and killed people behind you and you. You played that shatter correctly though. There's a few mind games that you can do with it. Like I like to drop shield and just wait for them to start casting their ult, and then I'll hold shield again. You can literally do this against top 500 Reinhardts, and you can just bait them that way. That's what I do all the time to bait them. And then once you've baited their shield, they become really tilted and they'll make more mistakes, and then that's usually when I'll go for my ult. Or I'll try to make them all start swinging at them, and then I'll get them to drop shield, and whenever I see them starting to cast a swing, then I'll try to go for an ult. Or I'll try to jump through them sometimes. There's a lot of mind games and different things you can do with Rein. Yeah, I think it's good to be swinging and then holding your shield up so you can like get the benefit of both. Because there's a little bit of downtime in between your swings, so you can just like stagger the two. A little bit of a shame you didn't have get the res.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
So right here you were kind of playing it correctly. You were like swinging, hold your shield, swing, hold your shield. So yeah, you got a bit greedy here. You went for a fire strike and then a swing after. So this guy saw the opportunity to go for a hammer down. I think you also jumped. Yeah, let me go back. Yeah, you did jump. So one thing is Reinhardt, you don't want to jump almost ever unless you're trying to like knock someone back whenever you're swinging at them, because when you jump, if you're jumping and holding your shield, they can shatter underneath your feet. Sometimes you can knock people back in the wrong time, and if you went to hold shield right here, it doesn't matter if you were in the air, he would have been able to shatter you regardless, so.
There it is.
It's been unfortunate. You have a TP. Pretty meme. Right, your team's doing good though. So now you have like a severe shatter advantage. One of the things you should be looking for now or telling your team is, alright, he literally just used shatter. Probably has maybe like 20% ult charge, maybe a little bit less. We need to be looking to break their shield so I can get a shatter right after, because checkpoint's right there, and there isn't a lot to focus on because there was a lot of ults traded that fight, so. There's no res and a bunch of different things were used, so be looking to shatter. Actually, since their Rein's not here, that was actually a perfect shatter opportunity. There's Zarya used a bubble. Right? Oh, that was your bear. Your Zarya, sorry. So she used her self barrier. I literally would have just shattered right here, and you could have gotten 2 or 3. The Rein's also off on the side, so I can't block it, and she used self barrier not too long ago. Be looking over here. Holding shield, but yeah, that was good. Good shatter. You could have shattered a little bit earlier, but it's alright. Rein was behind. If you put pressure on their Rein by shattering their team, then your team can auto-focus down the Rein who's behind you, or your team can focus on the people on the ground.
I gotta pick on the Pharah.
You need to group up.
Yeah, Mercy res.
Wasted res.
There are some people say she wasted res. She res like 2 people.
She res retreating too.
Yeah, no, she wasted it.
I think that's good, not what she did right there. A lot of people will fall into that trap of, sometimes I'll do it too, of waiting for the team and you just hold shield and just block damage. Your team should just be out of cover whenever you're regrouping, and you don't want to be walking in with your shield like already damaged, so that was good.
Alright. Let's check.
May's gonna wall us off, be careful.
What's your ult says, Zarya?
Should just be waiting behind the main wall. Okay. To fire strike. You're playing a bit aggressively with Mei wall up at that point, but you did walk in, kind of bait it, and then walk forward. That's good. Whenever you have Zarya shield on you, it's good to just drop your shield even if you aren't going to be swinging at them, just so she can get full energy from you. Because there's only a little part that's open whenever Zarya has her shield on you, so drop it, then drop your shield, then you won't be taking damage, you'll give her energy. Yeah, there's a couple of different things you can do as Rein whenever their Rein gets nanoed and you don't get nanoed, so one of the things I like to do is just neutralizing the ult by charging him away, and I guess like if he charges then you charge and you're probably gonna die, but you usually end up saving your team. Or you can try to, if you have shatter him, or look for a shatter past his team if he walks past you to kill your team and then try to clean up after that. Yeah, a lot of times you just have to like charge into him and die yourself.
Damn, bro. Held your shield up.
I had to charge the Ryan, so you wouldn't charge me.
So yeah, that was correct. Now you have shatter advantage here, so this is good. Good fire strike. For your team to regroup, this is good.
Who's all with? You guys all with me?
I'm dead, dude.
I maybe would have tried to land my pin right here, so it would have stopped early, and I could have turned around and helped my shield for my teammates that were getting killed.
Take care of this Mei.
Do we still have teleporter up?
Yeah, a lot of things people don't notice is whenever Mei ults, they pretty much have like a bunch of free targets to shoot at, and so not the Mei isn't getting ult charge because her ult's currently going off, but the rest of the team gets to just free hit people and they get their ult charge back really quick.
Use Zarya, one is your ult.
That was good. Expecting the TP. Nice.
Damn. Oh yeah, just nano boost with Rein.
Okay, that was a really good shatter opportunity right there, is to just hit all of them down. Getting picks though. There you go. Okay, that was good. Yeah, I think you could have shattered just right there immediately as soon as they got res.
Guys just wasted that.
Shit, I'm fucking dead.
That was a good shield though.
Careful. I'm coming back from my ult.
Zarya low. Probably with an alpha back.
Here, you got your ult, right?
Oh my gosh, this Zarya, her range is fucking easy.
Alright, we need to coordinate and group up, alright?
Yeah.
Just make sure to have the Mercy in there.
Don't trickle.
I'd be walking forward here, even though your shield's taking some damage. You guys need to push. You probably can get one more ult off, not maybe two. Play like a big aggressive.
Alright, make sure to get
There's our shields down.
Let's get McCree to try and ult and like push them away first, and then we'll do mine.
can I get shield away?
Yeah, whenever you get our shield, that was good. Up and forward.
Ready? 3, 2,
See, whenever I was talking about the cleave thing, you couldn't abuse that right there, because you couldn't hit him at that angle if you swung directly at him. But if you turned a little bit, a lot of times your hammer will swing and then it'll like tag him. If not tag him, tag the shield. So
Alright, let's do this. Trying to get the Mercy.
Oh shit.
the charge actually wasn't bad, but you got hit by a Zarya alt fire, so you ended up getting messed up by it. I would have focused that Zarya because you're pretty close to ult. Okay, you got an ult. Not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit because I think you could have played this a little bit better. Okay, so you did get hit by the ult fire, so it changed your position a little bit. That's fine.
Shit.
Whenever you're in this position, you're in a really bad position, but you're really close to ult.
Dead.
And your team is really close to the objective, and you have a lot of your team able to follow up on you, even out of position. Their Rein was asleep, so I would have just been swinging on the Zarya or trying to hit as many people as I can to get my ult back. This is good. So right here, your Pharah has already like won the fight basically, and so you just need these people dead. You can hit the Mei right now. It doesn't even matter if you hit the Rein because then they'll have 4 people down, and you're probably gonna die, but the rest of the team's gonna be able to clean up. So you could probably get the Shatter off right here since she's using primary fire. She won't be able to ult fire you to one-shot you, so you'll have a little bit of time to live. And all you really need is your ult to go down to win the fight. And you were most likely going to die. She was going to be able to like walk up and punch you or something, so if you got your ult off right there, you definitely would have won the fight a little bit harder.
Nice, guys.
They ended up getting the kills, but you didn't have much time left and you could have gotten your ult off.
Alright, here, stand in the front and test.
But the trade-off also is now you have it here for if they make any pushes, you can shatter them as they're coming in.
We got it.
This is good. I maybe would have jumped back a little bit because the arc on it, it's a minor thing, but whenever you're overtime holding as Rein, on the offense team especially, you want to pull back from the payload because you want to hit as many people as you can as they're coming in, because they're only usually coming in from this area right here. So this shatter right here is going to only hit this angle right here. If you jump back and cast your shatter underneath the payload a little bit, it always goes through it, but it'll like hit a wider arc of the payload. So see, there's like a line right here where there's like open space. Someone could have been there and they wouldn't have gotten knocked down. It's a minor thing, but that's good.
That was my first
Whoa,
game
what?
with McCree.
Didn't do half bad.
Alright, so this was actually a pretty good game. There's some minor mistakes and a little bit of the mechanics of Rein,
5 eliminations.
but I think something to work on is, as Rein, a lot of people will confuse him and think he's like a 2500 HP tank, just because they think the 2000 point shield is always like effective, but as Rein, sometimes you're like really vulnerable, and like whenever people run up on you, you're pretty vulnerable to like die instantly, because 500 HP is nice and all, but if you get CC'd, shield's not gonna be able to be held up and you get killed really quickly. So whenever you're making charge plays like I saw, you need to be like really fast thinking and think, alright, what is my way out of this, or what is my way to make the most of this situation where I may have misplayed, but I can make a play out of my misplay because they're going to be collapsing on me, so you can try to make a play out of it.